Hello, Desert Edge.
Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020. We hope everybody's staying healthy out there.
Detv At Home edition begins right now. Coming up on today's show, as Arizona begins to reopen next week, Arizonians are conflicted on what will happen next.
And Bradley Downs shows us how to make a refreshing treat as temperatures begin to rise.
And Hayden Ramos looks at a prehistoric game with a lot of entertainment appeal. All this and more is coming up on today's show. Hello, Desert Edge. I'm Caillou Carlos.
And I'm Reese Beaumont. Welcome back to our 6th episode of DETV at Home.
Let's get started with a quick district update. Senior checkout has been moved to May 18th. This must be completed in order for seniors to receive diplomas and walk in the upcoming July 1st graduation ceremony. Counselors will be emailing all seniors to their student email a checkout time, a senior survey, and a senior checkout form. It is very important to report to campus during the scheduled time. Seniors who miss their scheduled times will not be permitted to walk in the graduation or receive diplomas until school reopens. All seniors are required to wear their own face mask or a face covering, such as a scarf. One will not be provided. Seniors will need to drive or be driven to campus. No walkers or bike riders will be allowed on campus. Seniors enter through the security booth gate on Sherman Road and be directed to a parking spot. Seniors will be required to remain in their vehicles until directed to exit their vehicles by security. Only seniors will be allowed to exit their vehicle. Parents and passengers will remain inside their vehicles at all times. If more than one senior is in the car, only one senior at a time will exit the vehicle. 6-foot social distancing will be followed and monitored. Do not engage any physical contact with other students or staff members. No hugs, handshakes, fist bumps, etc. Items needed. All seniors need to be sure to bring the following items to your scheduled checkout time. Debit or credit card to pay bookstore debts, no cash. Chromebooks and chargers, school property owed such as uniforms, textbooks, library books, etc. And be sure to complete the senior survey that can be found in your student email.
Although senior checkout will be taking place in May, underclassmen will return their textbooks, calculators, uniforms, etc. at a much later date, most likely at the return in August. In other news, this week was Teacher Appreciation Week, and with all of our teachers working from home, the district governing board decided to put together a teacher appreciation video. Thank you, teachers, for all you're doing.
Hi, I'm Vicki Landis, President of the Alba Freina Union High School District Governing Board, and we would like to take a moment to express our gratitude to you during Teacher Appreciation Week.
Hello, Millennium High School Tigers! Happy Teacher Appreciation Week! Thank you, all of our educators, for everything that you do for our kids to make our schools so amazing. Huge amount of gratitude to our paraprofessionals, all of our classified staff, and the administrators that make this school one of the best schools in Arizona. And happy Teacher Appreciation Week to all of the teachers in the Agua Fria High School District. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Teacher Appreciation Week. I just want to take a moment to say to the Desert Edge teaching staff, what a wonderful job that you are doing. To the administrators and to everyone that's involved in helping our students become college and career ready. Thank you, Desert Edge teachers.
Thank you, Canyon View teachers, staff, and administrators for your communication, efforts, and hard work during this difficult time. We appreciate you. Go Jacks!
Hello, teachers. This is Mariana Sandoval, your Agua Fria Union High School board member. And I'm just here to wish you a happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I am incredibly proud of all of our teachers and all the hard work they do now and that they have been doing in the past. I hope that you have an awesome week and that everyone shows you love and appreciation because you are what makes our community strong.
Staff at Agua Fria High This is Board Member Mary Kay Utek, and I have the honor today of being the first to wish you Happy Teacher Appreciation Week. We're here at the high school, and as you can see, it's looking a little empty and a little sad because the lifeblood, our teachers, are not here with us. You guys have had some really unusual circumstances to deal with, and as usual, our teachers always rise to the occasion and do an exceptional job. So thank you, everyone, all of our teachers, for the good work that you do for these kids. It is much appreciated by the board and by the parents. And without further ado, you need to know you're the apple of our eyes.
That was a nice gesture for all teachers. Thank you for all you are doing. As children, a lot of us grew up with the hit Nickelodeon show iCarly. Just like us, the cast of the show has grown up, and like many of us, professional actors are also out of work and staying at home during the pandemic. Andrew Caldwell was lucky enough to be able to sit down with Reed Alexander, who played Carly's nemesis Neville Papperman on the show.
Thanks, guys. I'm joined by Reed Alexander. He's an amazing actor known best for playing as Neville Papperman in the classic Nickelodeon show iCarly. Reed, thank you so much for being on the show today. I'm a big fan of yours.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Nice to talk to you. Thanks for having me.
Mm-hmm. To start this interview off on the topic of the virus, Reed, how has your quarantine been treating you?
Yeah, I have been doing really well. Thank you for asking. I'm here in Rhode Island, and I've been here for going on 2 months now. I feel like I'm certainly fortunate not to have anyone in my family that's fallen ill from the coronavirus, but look, this has impacted people in all different ways. It's upended so many lives, from people who have lost their jobs or been laid off of work to people who are like me, who are at universities, and I'm graduating in a week and a half, and sort of disappointing not to be able to do that with my friends. But I think the focal point to keep in mind is that we're all healthy, and that is something to be very thankful for. But other than that, it's been good. When I've been able to take walks outside, pretty isolated from people, get fresh air. I keep in touch with friends. I've been incredibly busy working almost round the clock. So in that regard, it's been good. How's yours been for you?
Mine has been amazing. I've been staying inside playing video games all day, playing music. I have a great selection of guitars hanging out in my room. I play the piano. I love just playing music all the time, and talking to the band I just joined, and talking to my bandmates about what we're going to do after quarantine. We're going to meet up, play some songs. It's going to be great.
That sounds very exciting. It sounds like you've got a good plan.
Yeah. And quarantine ends in a couple days for me out in Arizona. I think on the 16th.
Mm-hmm.
But they might also extend it just for safe measures, because they've been extending it a lot and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so the next question I have for you is, I know that you played Neville on iCarly for quite a few episodes, like a lot. What was it like working alongside Miranda Cosgrove and Jeanette McCurdy and Jerry Trainer? How was it?
It was so much fun. I mean, it was a blast. We had a ball together. Listen, that was such a great show to be a part of. And even though we've gone in different directions and I pursued a different career in journalism as a reporter, I had a blast with them. And we had a great run together. And the show reached enormous success. We were the #1 top-rated show for years and nominated for Emmys. And I look back on it with great memories, and I loved working with them. And we certainly were very, very good friends then, and continue to be now.
Yeah, and I know you were on the episode I Psycho, which was on Sam and Cat.
It was. That was fun.
You were in a mental asylum.
Yeah.
In a glass box in front of them.
I was in quarantine back then, even, wasn't I?
Yeah. Getting ahead of the game.
Yeah, on lockdown, yeah.
Did you expect to be called back for that, for a show after iCarly?
No, honestly, I didn't. I mean, I had definitely stayed very close with the team, and Dan Schneider, who was our producer, who's a friend of mine, to this very day, and Robin, who was our executive producer. So I knew everybody, and I knew Ariana, and I knew Jeanette pretty well from years of being in sort of the Nickelodeon family. But no, I didn't expect that was going to happen. happen. And then I remember getting a call and they said, you know, we wrote you into this episode, this spin-off episode of Sam and Cat. Would you come out to LA to do this? And of course, that seemed very exciting. And at that point, I was already in college at NYU. So I took a little time off from NYU, like 2 weeks, to go and film this. But no, it wasn't an eventuality that I had foreseen. But listen, I think it just speaks to the sort of staying power of the character of Neville. And people knew the character and people really liked the character. So I was glad to do that and happy to contribute.
Yeah, we loved him, all of us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're just so funny. You will rue the
Thank
day.
Oh my God, my iconic line, right?
Yes. So you obviously didn't expect to play the Diabolic character ever again, but you did, and I'm sure that was so fun to just get back into character and work with them again.
Yeah, it was great.
My final question for you is, you know, you did play again, but do you expect, should we expect to see you on TV or make any film or TV appearances?
Yeah, but not necessarily as an actor anymore. So I left that profession, and even though so much of my childhood revolved around the entertainment industry, and I've got friends who are actors and entertainers to this day, I'm a reporter now. So I continue to go on television pretty regularly and do on-camera and broadcast work relating to reporting the news and journalism. I do a lot of investigative reporting and mental health reporting. So that's a pretty consistent part of my life, but I just don't think that anytime soon I'm going to run back to acting. I think I've just found a passion that really suits me now and want to stick with it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. This was really fun.
Of course. But before we sign off, would you like to say anything to some of the students that might be watching today? Some people could be interested in journalism. You would like
Yeah, my advice is do it. We need reporters more than ever. It is the most satisfying, wonderful career and gives you a chance to meet all sorts of interesting people and learn their stories. And it's really an honor to do that. And it requires a great degree of critical thinking and investigative skills and finding information, verifying information. It's hard. It's a hard industry. It's a tough, tough profession. But if you get the chance to do it, I say do it, because it is, there's just nothing quite like it. And it's such a rush and a thrill. You just really have to want it. And I'm lucky to be surrounded by friends in the industry who have the same fixation on journalism that I do. And that's my advice to people.
Well, DETV, for the final time this year, I'm Andrew Caldwell, signing off. Back to you guys at home.
Thanks for that, Andrew. We've had to get used to constant change during this pandemic, and now, as the governor has asked businesses to begin opening May 16th, many Arizonians are left confused and scared, while others are excited to get back to life as normal. Net and Dulce Duarte talked with some locals about how they feel about Arizona reopening.
As you know, the ban in Arizona is being lifted, but many people are upset about it.
I feel that Arizona should not lift the ban because people are still sick around here, and I know people don't want to get sick, and I know I don't want to get sick.
But also people are happy about this because they can go outside.
The first thing I'm going to do when the ban gets lifted is go hang out with a bunch of friends and maybe go to the lake with them.
Overall, we can't control this ban not being lifted, so if you want to stay safe, just wear gloves and masks.
Now it's time to get updated on what's been happening in the world.
Our news anchor Celeste Olivas has been checking the news feeds for the latest stories. What have you found, Celeste?
Thanks, guys. I've been doing my best to find the latest national and international stories. Today we have a local subway doing some good for the community, a nursing home evacuated due to virus outbreak, and fans in favor of sports without spectators on the World News docket. Let's get started. Brian Jensen owns 7 Subway stores in Wisconsin. He put all of them to work making lunches to be delivered to workers at the University of Wisconsin Hospital. The donation was so big, even some of Jensen's former employees came in to help make sandwiches. He says one of his locations is next to the hospital, and most of his business comes from the people who work there. Money for the meals came from a GoFundMe Jensen set up. Every $5 donation bought one grab-and-go lunch. Jensen matched the donations with one additional lunch for every 10 that were funded. At least 25 elderly residents and nurses from a Buenos Aires nursing home were taken to a local hospital after testing positive of coronavirus. According to CNN affiliate TN, 40 to 50 older adults live in their residency. Authorities are trying to determine how and to what extent the disease spread. Fans are ready for live sports to start up again, even if games are closed to the public. ESPN conducted a survey with 1,000 people. 65% said they would watch sports without fans in the stands. That number rose to 76%. When participants were asked if they would watch a game where athletes were kept in hotels and contact with others was closely monitored. Live sports games have been canceled for weeks because of the coronavirus. Many leagues are now weighing options on how to return as states start to reopen. That's all for me. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Celeste.
Now we have Vaughn Hopridge here with an interesting history event about a space exploration.
Today we look back to the Cold War in 1961 with the first man to space. You may know someone by the name of Neil Armstrong, or maybe even Buzz Aldrin, but have you ever heard of Alan Shepard? Alan Shepard was the first American in space. Though the Soviets had sent a man into orbit a few years earlier, this was a major accomplishment for the Americans and would be the start of a long journey to put a man on the moon. That's all for this week in history. Make sure to stay home and stay safe. That's all for me. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Vaughn. As always, Hayden Ramos has been playing video games during the quarantine, and today he reveals a title from 2015 that is still delivering a fun and entertaining experience. Hayden?
All this quarantine reminds me of a game where you can be a quarantine champion. Ark Survival Evolved was released in 2015 and casts a player as a person stranded on an island stuck with dinosaurs from all different periods of time. The goal in Ark is to survive and tame as many dinosaurs as possible. Players can engage in online play with friends on private-owned servers, or you can play on random servers. Reviews on this game were mediocre, with the game getting a 7 out of 10 on Steam, a 72 on PC Gamer, and a 69 on Metacritic. It is available on PC, Xbox One, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Though the game didn't get great reviews, I still really enjoy it, and I'm sure you will too. For DETV, I'm Hayden Ramos.
Bradley Downs has given us some great food recipes to try while stuck at home, but today he teaches us how to make a favorite liquidy treat.
Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of my cooking show. Today we'll be making some smoothies. For the ingredients, you'll need 1 cup of frozen fruits, Greek yogurt, honey, and milk. Now let's get started. First off, we're going to get a cup of fruits and put it into the blender cup. And then we're going to take a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Then after that, we are going to measure a 1/2 cup of milk. And then put it into the mixing cup. Once we're done with that, we will take a small amount of honey just to make it a little bit sweeter. There we go. And then after that, we can blend it. And once you're done putting it into the blender cup, you can start to blend it. And once you're done with blending, you can take off the lid and pour it into your cup. And once you're done with that, all you have to do is grab a straw and enjoy. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
That does it for today.
Remember, you can send us requests, suggestions, story ideas, and announcements to detv2012@gmail.com.
Until next time, I'm Caillou Carlos.
And I'm Reese Beaumont. Have a great day, Scorpions.